Welcome to Navajo County Connection. I'm Jason Whiting, your host today, Navajo County Supervisor from District 3, and we're honored to have some special guests with us here. They wear a lot of different hats. We're going to talk about a specific hat that they wear today. But Michelle Stock and Mike Sample, we're sure glad to have you here with us. If you don't mind, go ahead and introduce yourselves. Talk about, in the capacity of the Navajo County Fair, your role and what you do there, if you don't mind.
Not at all. My name is Mike Sample. I'm the Navajo County Fair Board President. I joined the Fair Board back in 2006. I had two young daughters at that time who were involved they wanted to be a rodeo queen. So they competed and became Little Buckaroo Rodeo Queen, Junior Rodeo Queen. Then they joined 4-H. And I would bring them to the Fair Board meetings and they convinced me to join the Fair Board. So in 2006, I joined the Fair Board and I became president in 2012. So this is my 11th year as president of Navajo County Fair Board.
Outstanding. Glad that you're serving there. And thank you for what you do. Very involved in the community. I know that you've done a great job representing as president, and certainly not easy, but you've done a good job representing and trying to make sure that you advocate for everybody and keeping the group together. So appreciate your leadership there. Michelle,
thank you.
Mind introducing yourself and your role?
Sure. My name's Michelle Stock, and I'm the event director for the Navajo County Fair. This is my 5th year here, my 4th fair due to COVID. And just kind of make sure everything gets done around here.
Well, you do a tremendous job. You presented to the Board of Supervisors yesterday and did a great job kind of getting us prepared and updated. So we're getting close to that time. It's almost that time of year, kind of exciting. The monsoons are here, and we're actually recording here at the Navajo County Fairgrounds, which is exciting. Why don't you tell us about when it's going to get started and what to expect?
We begin on September 13th on Wednesday, and it goes through September 16th, Saturday. So our fair actually opens at 4 p.m. on Wednesday the 13th and runs to 10 o'clock that night. And then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, each day we open at 10 a.m. and run to midnight each day. And so.
Well, we're open till midnight on Wednesday because we have a concert this year.
Right.
Things have changed a little bit this year. We're adding a Red Dirt music concert on Wednesday night, starting at 6:30, and it'll go until midnight. We have 3 bands that are performing, starting with Stephen Denmark, then Ronnie and the Redwoods, and ending with everyone's favorite State Line Band.
Outstanding. And that's one thing I've loved about what you guys do. People have things that they absolutely love about our fair, and they come to it and they enjoy that experience, but it's always evolving and always changing and to the better. Always different things that you're inserting to keep it new and fresh, and really appreciate that, and thanks for the update.
Yes.
So on what's going on there. There's also been a lot that's changed just in the way of improvements around here. Do you mind kind of walking us through some of the improvements that you've done?
So every year we have projects that we try to implement. This year, one of our major projects was replacing our arena lights in our rodeo arena. The poles that we have right now we're getting old. They're old wooden APS poles or electrical poles, and they're starting to deteriorate. We worked with the county and APS, and we installed some new lights. That was a major project for us this year. So
yes,
we were able to install those and light up the arena the best we can.
Thanks for sharing that. Yeah. And I appreciate you also acknowledging APS as a partner and many others that do. That speaks to your leadership, the brand that you built, that you're able to partner not only obviously with the county, being the county fair, but you also look at other partners that are in the area and they come to the table. Kind of an interesting personal thing to me, when we redid the roof that was here, as they were taking down the old timber and putting on the new, they came and brought over a piece of timber to me that had the Whiting Brothers stamp on it. And it was neat to kind of hear the story of how they had donated some of the timber at the time, but it just goes to show the legacy that's always been there, the connection to the community, and really this is part of our culture and identity up in this area. People love to come to it. As a kid, I absolutely loved coming to the county fair, enjoyed that experience. But it's a lot of work, and as an adult, you guys know all too well how much work it takes. And I wonder how much people really understand what goes on behind the scenes. Do you mind kind of pulling back the curtain a little bit and explaining what all it takes to put this on?
Sure. So we have a 18-member fair board, and we are all volunteers. So we work throughout the year, and Michelle is our employee. She's our staff. She's our event director. So she does all the planning for the event starting already. Even though this year's fair hasn't come, she's already, it takes that long, a year, to start planning this event. And so it's a lot of work. And during the fair, as fair board members, unfortunately, you don't get to go and enjoy the fair with your family because you're all working. Even your spouse, they end up working in our food booth or doing stuff here and there on behalf of the fair board. So it's a major project that goes on. And not only do we have the fair, we have several events throughout the year. In fact, the weekend after fair, we have the Arizona High School and Rodeo coming. And that's a major event, and it brings people from throughout the state here, so that's a major event that goes on. So there's always stuff going on here at the fairgrounds. And the fair board members and Michelle's involved in all those events throughout the year.
So the fair board obviously provides a lot of leadership, and you guys are working year round.
Right.
Tell me a little more about the volunteers. I understand you have quite a few volunteers that all kind of help make it happen too when it gets to that time.
If it weren't for the volunteers, we probably wouldn't be able to put this on. There's hundreds that come and help out in multiple facets of the fair. Running the ticket gates. Thank you to Kiwanis, because they have a big group that they get together to help out in the ticket booths, which is a major thing to prepare for. Those in the cantina, which is our concession stand, that's a hard job, and we appreciate all that come in there. Ones that work in the office, we have pretty much all of our security and officers that come and patrol the grounds are volunteering. They're everywhere, and so we just appreciate them so much, and are very happy to have them help us out.
Thanks for sharing that. And it's, again, something I talked about a little bit earlier, but just want to recognize you, the board that works year round, and also those volunteers. It's really something that's special. And I think a lot of why people value living in these areas is how people all come together to make great things happen that our children enjoy, and that they can create as a memory that they have the rest of their life, and it makes it kind of sticky to live in this area, you know.
Yes.
So thank you for what you guys do, and please be sure to relay to all the volunteers how much we appreciate them taking time and volunteering and being a part of this.
Absolutely.
I got to ask you a question, just on a personal note. What's your I would love to hear from both of you, kind of what's your favorite part? What do you enjoy?
My favorite part, I think, is watching the kids get to show their animals and seeing how they learn a good work ethic and responsibility and hard work that they put in raising their animals throughout the year. But my favorite part is getting to watch them at the auction when their animal is sold, and they get a great, amount of buyers that come and a reward for all the work that they put in throughout the year. And that's kind of one of my favorite parts of the fair, is getting to watch how our youth is developed in those programs and stuff. Although the demolition derby and the rodeo is always fun to watch and be a part of that, but I think watching the youth and how they're developed and stuff and their skills is one of my favorite things, because that's how my daughters grew up in these programs.
That's a really hard question, but for me, being involved in every single aspect of this event, I guess I like seeing the joy in everybody that walks through here, whether it be somebody that's paid to get in, somebody that's a sponsor, somebody that's a volunteer. It's just like a big excitement all over the place, and you could just almost feel it when you're walking through. And for me, that's the best part, because there's so much hard work that goes into it. It's nice to be able to feel the response to that. That's my favorite part.
Well, but thank you both for sharing kind of your favorite parts and maybe a little bit of insight what goes on even with some of the participants, like kids, and how it teaches them and helps them to grow as future leaders and people within the communities. So thank you for what you do inside of that. Just curious, tell us a little bit about ticket sales. If people are wanting to do, how's that going to work this year? Is anything different with ticket sales, and how do they go about doing it?
Yes, well, this year we're happy to announce we have credit card machines at both ends of our grounds. There will be one line, it'll be marked clearly so that if you want to use your credit card, you can go directly to that line. We have pre-sales available right now. If you go to our website at navajocountyfair.net, you can pull up the link and purchase pre-sale tickets to the concert Wednesday night, the Demolition Derby Thursday and the rodeo both Friday night and Saturday night. There's a $5 admission into the fair. And if you don't want to do pre-sales or you don't know that you want to come to that event, you can buy it at the box office. And then also we are doing pre-sales in the office now. We have all 4 events, plus we have the carnival punch rides that are available. We are going to leave those open until September 8th. That's different this year. We used to stay open until the day that we opened. It's getting a little bit difficult, so we stopped it that Friday before.
Perfect. Thank you for the explanation. It sounds like anything we need to know, events, all that, it'll be on the website. Is
Absolutely.
that accurate?
Or Facebook. Yes.
Or Facebook.
Yes.
So thank you both for what you do, and please be sure to relay it to everybody. Really excited about the county fair this year, and please go ahead and check out their website if you want to learn more about it. They're trying to create different situations that allow you to be able to have easy access to get in and to come down and enjoy the county fair, support the kids and the participants who do a wonderful job and get highlighted here at the Navajo County Fair. So we look forward to seeing you soon, and thanks so much for joining us at Navajo County Connection today.